What's up, motherfuckers? It's Ronald fucking Squeezely back with another fucking video. This time I'm talking about Vegeta and Goku in the Android Saga. Who was stronger between the two at the time? I'll tell you right away. It's Vegeta. I'll also tell you why it's been somewhat of a controversial debate over the years. It hasn't been as heated and relevant as, Gohan and Deborah or Gotenks and Goku, but I figured it was something worth covering real quick. The biggest reason I see people debate this is because Goku was sick during the Android Saga. He was out for most of the action until after Cell showed up. This makes it somewhat difficult to pinpoint how strong he would be because we never see him operating in a 100% healthy capacity. Some people use this as an opportunity to say, oh well, we don't know how strong he would be if he wasn't sick, so it only makes sense that he would be the strongest if he was healthy. Or they'll say, oh well, Goku was only at 25% of his normal power when he fought Android 19, so obviously he wouldn't look that strong compared to Vegeta who wasn't sick. Basically, fans use this as a way to make up whatever story they want about how strong Goku should be at full power. It comes down to personal bias, really. Goku fans don't want to believe Goku's weaker than Vegeta, so they use any excuse they can to make this improbable, or to spin it and make it seem like the Vegeta fans are making things up when that isn't the case at all. We can figure this all out by looking at Piccolo. He was there with Goku training for 3 years. He would know how strong Goku is without the heart virus, and he was the one comparing Goku and Vegeta. He wasn't quite sure at first who was stronger. He kind of wondered if Vegeta had surpassed Goku after Vegeta destroyed Android 19, but then he was a lot more certain of things after Vegeta went to fight Android 18. There was no doubt in his second statement. You'll see Goku fans try to discount Piccolo as being unreliable, but really, why would he not know Goku's full strength? He trained with the guy for 3 whole years. Do you honestly believe Goku never once went Super Saiyan during that time? We even have a title page depicting Goku as a Super Saiyan sparring with Piccolo and Gohan. I know some title pages don't make sense and have nothing to do with what's actually going on in the story, but that's different. This title page in particular doesn't contradict a single thing, and in fact backs up the content of the story. Piccolo is as reliable as if Goku himself said these things. Speaking of Goku, he did pretty much admit he was weaker than Vegeta. After he recovered from the heart virus, he met with the other Z fighters, and someone, I think Krillin, asked him if he was going to fight the androids. He said he wasn't going to because if Vegeta couldn't win, neither could he. Taking that at face value, without inserting any personal bias, that would be a heavy implication that Goku found himself inferior to Vegeta, or at the very most, on even footing with him. In the end, neither one of them can take on the androids, so if we include Piccolo's testimony, then Vegeta would be the stronger of the two. The last excuse I see fans try to use to convince themselves that Goku is stronger is the dialogue exchange between himself and Android 17 during Dragon Ball Super. Goku went to recruit Android 17 for his team in the Tournament of Power, and 17 remarked how he probably would have lost if he and Goku had fought back then as in when 17 was still a bad guy. Goku replied by saying he didn't know. To some people this would come off as a way of saying Goku and 17 would have to be close enough in power for Goku to question who would win if they fought. But the reality is that this exchange doesn't change the fact that Goku was weaker than Vegeta, who was weaker than 18, who was weaker than 17. If you want to talk about reliability, 17 is not someone who can be relied upon to make a strength comparison from back then. He never encountered Goku the whole time he was around since Goku was out of action. All he would have to go by is Dr. Giro's data from previous years and Goku's reputation. On the Goku side of things, he would be about as reliable. He never encountered 17 either, and he'd only have stories from his friends to base a conclusion on. Not only that, but like I mentioned earlier, he admitted he stood no chance against the androids based on Vegeta's fight with 18. If anything, this sounds like a conversation between two fighters who are finally meeting for the first time in several years, who are both very prideful and confident in themselves. To sum this video up, we have 3 statements that all point to Vegeta being stronger than Goku during the Android Saga, and 1 unreliable conversation from a much later point in the series that we don't even know if Akira Toriyama had any part in. All verifiable signs support Vegeta, and nothing concrete supports Goku. In conclusion, Vegeta is stronger. If you liked that video and you want some more, hit that like button, maybe subscribe, and have the day you fucking deserve.